When I started my Football Manager 2026 save with Gillingham, I had one aim, and that was to become a Champions League team. Not just to become one, but to actually win the Champions League. And we are one step closer. 3 seasons ago, I had the aim of getting promotion from League 2. Gillingham, League 2 winners. On to now next season, League 1 is where we'll be, and we've done it in the best way possible. We've done it as champions. 2 seasons ago, I had the aim of getting promotion from League 1. Gillingham are champions. Once again, like I said to you, this is League 2 to the Champions League, and not just getting there, winning the Champions League. Look at the screen. This is what we do. League 1 champions. Up next, the Championship. That's the sort of manager I am. Last season, we wanted to get promoted from the Championship, even though we were 400 to 1 to do so in the season preview. Gillingham, from League 2, back to back to back promotions. We are a Premier League team. Gillingham are a Premier League team. For season 4, we're going to be in the Premier League. We have gone back to back to back promotions, and season 4 brings us here in the Premier League. Yes, lads, welcome back to the channel. What a huge moment this is for Gillingham. Last episode, if you haven't seen it, well, the intro's already spoiled it. We got promotion from the Championship. We went back to back to back, and we are now a Premier League side, which meant this transfer window was by far the most important, the biggest transfer window we were going to have as Gillingham manager, because not only did we have to try and survive in this league, we want to push on. We want to be starting to hit around the mid-table mark. It may seem like it's impossible right now, but we have just defied the impossible at every time we've tried to do it. League 2, yeah, we were favourites. League 1, no one gave us a chance. Championship, no one gave us a chance. So here we are again in the Premier League. So we may as well get into it. What are my aims for this season? So, as I say, I want to stay up. And realistically, I'll be happy if I get from sort of 12th onwards. I think that would be a great achievement. But obviously, in order to do that, we've got some players that we had in League 2 in this squad. So we need to make some good additions. And we are at the first game of the season, the 12th of August. So we do still have time to make some transfers. We are a bit light, but I will show you who we have gone and purchased. Now, before we can get into incomings, we've got to talk about some outgoings. So we were given 28 or so million, just FYI, at the start of the season, which was all right. I could make work of it, you know. But Jay Matete has left to Al Nassr, which is crazy. So Al Nassr came in with a bid. I was like, no, you're not having Jay Matete. He's been here since League 2, and he's still a good player, very decent player. And Jay Matete came to me and basically said, I want to leave. I felt betrayed from him. I couldn't believe my eyes, but realistically, I didn't want to stand in his way. So they offered a decent amount and I went for it. So there you can see it was a £30 million profit for Jay Matete. He sold for 30 million. Next to him, we've got Jurasan Raksaki. Again, Saudi came calling. 13.5 million for him. I just feel like we could get better for cheaper. So I just thought, you know, he's not a regular starter. He's moaned a lot. So let's cash in now and just sell him and move on with our lives realistically. So that is that one there. Then we got rid of Sam Gale. Sam went out on loan again. I feel as though we've gone too quick for Sam Gale. And he won't be able to catch up, in my opinion. So Sam Gale has gone to Leyton Orient. And he looks as though he's a solid Championship defender. Not cut out for the Premier League. Daniel Armour as well. Of course, he's a young lad. He's gone to Leyton Orient too. So hopefully those two are making a nice little partnership. Leo Castledine. Interesting one this. So I've loaned him out to Birmingham. I do feel as though he has a bit of a future for us in the Premier League. Just at this moment in time, I feel as though we've got Vergara, of course. I just want to make sure that we've got, you know, a decent option of players. Do I want to bring Castledine on in the Prem? Not really, if I'm going to be honest. Same goes for Liam Cullen. Now, I wanted to try and sell him permanently. He wasn't able to go. 500 grand is what he's valued at. I tried to get less than that. No one really wanted it. So Chesterfield did purchase with an option to buy. that we all know they won't do, which is great. And then finally, a youth academy player, Sam Mallet, maybe the academy player with the most potential. Our striker that we picked up last season, he has gone out on loan to Forest Green. Now then, on to incoming. So first up, I decided to cash in and go and get a really decent goalkeeper. A goalkeeper that's going to be here for a while as well. And I found this man, Marmor Ndiaye. What I mean, look at those stats. So many decent stats. A massive fan of his. I think that he's going to go on to be one of the best signings I make. Now, it's a £10 million fee. I believe it's $5 million up front and a few installments. Really, really good bit of business this. I mean, look at it. I mean, the sort of the reflexes, the aerial reach, the kicking. He is everything that I want my goalkeeper to be. 6'3" tall as well. So he is going to be a huge player for us. Really, really happy with that bit of business there. And then we went and signed Natali. He had a £5 million release clause. Natali's come in on loan to us last season. And genuinely, I mean, it was such a last minute thing just to try and get someone in. Didn't really think too much of it, but Natali for me was so good last season. He dislodged Masterson from the team, couldn't let Josh Feeney in. So I thought, £5 million, why would we not go on and get him for the future? He might not be our first choice. We'll have to see how the rest of the window goes. But ultimately, he can be our first choice if we need him to. So very happy with our business there. And then we went and got this man, Durate Cunha as well. He was so good for us last season. I had to go and bring him back in. Really, really happy with Cunha. I think he's such a solid player. Can play left, can play right. I think what I'm actually going to do is actually put him out on the left. I'm still trying to work out exactly how it looks. But Cunha coming in, $5 million, absolute steal. He actually requested to leave. There was another offer that came in for him as well. It was all a little bit like, are we going to get him? And eventually we did get our man. But the one thing you'll notice, we've got a 22-year-old, a 20-year-old, and another 20-year-old. We need experience in the Premier League. So I've gone and signed Max Kilman. Very happy with this bit of business, you know. Left-sided centre-back, which is what we need. Kilman comes in, a real leader at the back, you know, 6'4" tall, physical, Premier League proven, ready, exactly what we need, alongside someone like a Natali, for example. So really, really happy to get Max Kilman through the door there. And finally, we said about experience. We need experience. This man has come to us on a free transfer, and that man is Granit Xhaka. Are his physicals declining a little bit? Yes, well, quite a lot, to be honest. But look at those mentals. Look at those technicals. He is our new club captain. He's the club captain. He's going to be my starting centre midfielder. And, you know, until it gets to the point where maybe he can't have the legs to play all the games, 17 natural fitness will tell you otherwise. I think this is a really, really smart signing, and I'm very happy to have someone of Granit Xhaka's quality in this team. So with that then, this is where we currently are in terms of our team. Now, bear in mind that we are a million miles away from being done here. There are deals going on in the background. We're looking to try and, you know, use the market cleverly to get the best options. And with that, this is going to be our team for the first game of the season, which genuinely, I'm terrified. I am absolutely terrified because we're just, I mean, look at, we haven't even got enough people to put a ninth player on the bench. We are so low. The sales mixed with the fact we have a few loans from last season. I really just need to make sure I get the rest of this window right, which I'm thinking that I am going to do. So I'm confident, but this first game, it might be a little bit bare bones, but we're going to keep playing the same football. We're going to keep going for it. If you haven't seen the series yet, this is the tactics that we play. I'll just do a very quick run through. You know, we're a high pressing team. We like to counter attack. We do short passes, make the pitch nice and narrow. This is how we build up. It's worked. I've thought I was going to have to change it so many times, but it's just so solid all across the pitch. So we're going to keep at it for the minute. If we find we're getting battered, of course, we're going to change things. But this is how we've done things. This is how we've done it, inviting crosses. This is what we've done. We've done this the whole time we've been Gillingham manager, and it works. So I'm not going to change it now, especially because we've actually had success against some teams in the cup from higher divisions. So we'll keep it as it is for now. Balanced mentality, I did have that on attacking quite a lot in most games in the Championship. Definitely not in the Premier League. We've got to find our feet first. In terms of our fixtures then, this is how it is. So Newcastle up first in a massive game, really tough test away at St James's Park for the first game of the season without Granit Xhaka, whose work permit is not quite done, without William Clem or Daniel. The fact that I might even have to play Daniel is, I don't want to play him. He's just coming back from injury. But regardless, we've got Newcastle. Then we've got Ipswich, who are our newly promoted friends, if you will. Well, no friends there. But, of course, Ipswich won the title. Then we've got Millwall in the Carabao Cup, who also got promoted with us from League One before having Brighton at the last game of this month. So here's what's going to happen. In this episode, I'm going to play the Newcastle game. That's absolutely fine. We'll pay that live. And then I'm going to do Ipswich, Millwall and Brighton all off camera before finishing off with Nottingham Forest after the transfer window's done so we can see the team in action. And then we'll come back for a huge... Can I just say, right, looking at these fixtures, I'm like, wow, this is actually a really nice run-in. I mean, look at that. Bournemouth, Burnley, Norwich, Leeds. We only play Manchester United and we play Arsenal, Newcastle. That's not bad. I feel as though this December, I haven't checked yet, so this is live, me and you doing it together, right? I feel as though this December is going to be absolutely disgusting. Slow reveal. Spurs, Liverpool, Villa, City, Palace, Chelsea. Right. So we're not getting any points in December. Good to know. But no, that's a very tough month. But it's a good start. It might be able to give us a little bit of a boost, find our feet in the Premier League. And then when we do come to December, maybe with a bit of confidence, we'll be all right. And I mean, yeah, I'm all right with these fixtures. There's a few hard run-ins, but this is the Premier League. This is what we thought would be the case in the Championship, and it wasn't. What a huge episode this is going to be. I can't wait to finish off our transfers. I'm not going to show you who I'm going for yet. We'll do that at the end of the episode. So let's go and play Newcastle. I'll get through the rest, and then we'll come back for Nottingham Forest. So let's get into the game. All right, then. The first game back in the Premier League up against Newcastle. Oh, my word. What a good team they've got. Our team... Yeah. Yeah. As I say, we've got reinforcements coming. So hopefully, we've got quite favourable games. Hopefully we're all right there. But yeah, this is a huge game at St James's Park. The Premier League graphics. Look at that. Gillingham, for the first time in the club's history, playing in the Premier League, by the way. Absolutely crazy. We've got new camera angles. This is what I mean. This is what we wanted to do this series for. This is what we wanted to do the series for. I cannot wait. If you are excited for this season, please like, comment, subscribe, all the rest of it, lads. It is going to be a season full of ups and downs, I'm sure. I'm just looking at this Newcastle side as well. I feel as though, do we have a chance? Probably not. Probably not. But we'll give it a go, won't we? We'll give it a go. So here we go then. Up the Gills for the first time as a Premier League club. And we've had a yellow card inside 3 minutes. Great start. Corner to Gillingham. Cunha over it. Whips it in. It's come back to Cunha. Over to Harvey White. Back to Cunha again inside the box. Cunha, good chance here. Oh, he should have shot. He should have shot. Hey, it's a penalty. It's a penalty. Now, I can't get too excited because there's VAR. So I don't know if they can do penalty decisions or what. He's checking. Oh, God. Oh, God. He's given it. He's given it. VAR. Giving us a penalty. 25 minutes in. Who's stepping up to take it? It is Harvey White. Livramento with a yellow. That seems pretty harsh, to be fair. Harvey White steps up then. Oh, and it's been saved from Lunin. What a chance. When you're in the Premier League, you've got to take your chances like that. Wow, what a chance. What a chance that was. And here is Cunha again. It looks like we're the better team here. Okay, we lost the ball. Here's Lewis Hall then. I want to see this Premier League quality, Newcastle. I want to see what I'm up against. Anthony Gordon. Over to Livramento. Karatas, be careful. Into Waltemada. Oh, he's gone wide. He's gone wide. I thought Waltemada would have scored that. Okay. If that's the best that Newcastle have got, we could be all right. Andy Smith now on the ball. This is a very sort of backwards and forwards game. Constant highlights. Into Karatas. Back to Kilman. Natali, who's having to play CDM, by the way. That's how short we are. He's a centre-back by trade. Cunha's ball through to Vergara's perfect. Vergara across the box. Dobra scores for Gillingham. And we've just gone 1-0 up in the Premier League. Dobra, Armando Dobra, someone who we signed in League 2. Crazy. Great ball from Cunha. He's having a great game. Vergara breaks through perfectly. Mbama was there, but Dobra's who he picked out. I think that's 100% a goal. VAR can't come. Yes, they can't. 1-0. Crazy. Right, here's Sven Botman then. They're going to probably have had a bollocking from their manager at halftime as Bruno goes forward to Gordon. Maybe they just thought, we'll turn these lads over. They're not very good. Maybe they still might. And it's gone wide from Gordon. And Ndiaye had it covered, by the way. I am so excited about the prospect of Ndiaye being a great signing for us. Andy Smith on the ball. It's crazy. We've genuinely played so well, and I just never saw it coming. Into Dobra. Lost out there. And this is where we might have to tweak things. When we are winning in games, got to be a bit more defensively solid as Voltemada comes through. No penalties, nothing silly. Into Gordon. And there we go. Newcastle find themselves level in this game. Anthony Gordon with the finish. It's a nice goal. They've worked it well. Dobra loses out and then they come forward. Voltemada holds it up nicely. Daniel can't quite nick it there. Into Anthony Gordon, who's definitely onside. And Ndiaye there, no chance really. Sort of a flash shot towards the goal. Okay. Let's see how the next sort of 10 minutes go, and then I might make some changes. All right then, 5 minutes to go. Nothing has really happened so far in this second half other than the goal. I think we might be able to hold on for what would be a huge point on the first game of the season. It would be huge. 1 minute to go. Newcastle looking like they're giving it everything, but they can't get anything from the game. It's just a point they'll have to settle with. Now, bearing in mind the team that we put out, and the fact that we missed a penalty as well, what a performance that is from the lads. I am absolutely delighted by that. What a start that is to the season. Right, so as I say, that is the Newcastle game done. I will see you guys back for the Nottingham Forest game with all of our new signings that I'm very excited to bring to you. Great start to the season. I will see you for the Forest game. All right then, lads, welcome back. So there has been a lot of transfer activity. We have signed a total of 13 players, but let me show you who has left the club first. So Karatas, offer came in. He has gone back to Turkey. A good servant for the club, but not really good enough in my opinion. Even as a backup, I just don't really rate him that much. And we've also got rid of Connor Masterson as well. He has gone out on loan. Again, another player, a bit of a legend for us. Has been there from League 2. But this is the problem. You go from League 2 to the Premier League as fast as we have, and you've got all of these players who realistically have no right in being here. He is unfortunately one of them. That is the outgoings. As for incoming, then we have got Harvey Barnes on a free transfer. I looked at the market and I thought, let me try and save a little bit of money. Free agents, Harvey Barnes makes a lot of sense for me. Again, I've wanted to try and get some Premier League proven players into the squad, just so it's not a bunch of players that have never played in the Premier League. Harvey Barnes is a very solid shout as we try and stabilise ourselves, I guess, in the Premier League. He, for me personally, will do a great job on the left-hand side, but can also play the right-hand side as well, but we're going to use him on that left-hand side. Now, we've also gone and signed on a free transfer James Maddison, 31 years of age now. But in that centre attacking midfield position, I just feel as though he's going to have the quality that we need to just provide some key assists and really start running games for us. So we've still got Vergara. These two will be fighting for the place. But James Maddison, again, on a free transfer, just made a lot of sense to me to bring him in, use his quality, and hope he can be a big factor as, for us to push up the table and hopefully hit near the mid-table positions. Now, we've also gone and signed Lucas Esquivel. I don't need to say it with the accent, but look at this guy. Look at those stats. Absolutely insane stats for him for a left back. And he, to me personally, is a great signing. What are we getting for? £8 million. Feels like a steal. Look at those stats, as I say. So many 13s, a lot of 14s. Technical, mental, and physical. Really, really happy with him slotting in at left back. Then we have signed this guy. Now, we had a deal in place. I'll show you who it was for in a minute. It was for a guy called Popov. He went to Wolves instead, and it absolutely killed me. I didn't know what to do. I was really confused in terms of who to go for now instead. And then I've got this guy. So this is Dowlet Ornbassa. That'll do. That'll do. And he's 19 years of age from Kazakhstan. And I just saw him and thought, this is what this series is all about. We have not been afraid to scour here, there, and everywhere to bring players in. This is another example of that for me. I personally feel as though this guy could be the real deal for us. It's one for now. It's also one for the future. I'm going to take a punt on him. I'm going to go for it and hope he can just provide the goods. 16 finishing, 15 dribbling. I think this guy's going to be a hit. Let's just say that. As well as that, I've also signed another striker. This was a bag. So 2.5 million for, already forgot his name, but Angulo. Yeah. Do you know, I don't help myself, do I? Make it hard for me. But Angulo, £1.5 million. He is going to come in as our second choice striker, third choice striker. We're going to have the rotation. Of course, we've still got Divin and Bama. He very nearly left, but I have made a mistake with him, and I'll show you that in a minute. So Angulo comes in really solid there. We went and got Joachim Anderson on loan from Fulham on deadline day 2. I just thought, let's go and get in another centre-back. His 16 passing, really, really nice. Him and Kilman will most likely be our starting two, just to really try and shore up that defence. So I was happy with this one. I'm not paying the full 77,000. I'm paying like 35 to 40,000 a week. So we'll put up with that. That's not too bad. And then the final transfer. Is this the final one? No, it's not. No, it's not. We got Sam McCallum at left back. This is the sort of cover that I wanted. He's a little bit better than Karatas. When called upon, I'm sure he can do a job. We literally ran out of money. The money situation has been so difficult in terms of trying to sign players. So Sam McCallum comes in on a free transfer, nice and simple. And then finally, we've got Mateus Goncalves, who's come from Al Hilal. He's on the right-hand side. Him and Cunha will be fighting for position. Again, limited on options. I had a deal set up for a Bayern Munich player, fell through. I had another deal set up for a Benfica player, fell through. So we've effectively gone and got Mateus Goncalves as just a bit of a backup, and we're paying some very cheap wages for him as well. So I'm absolutely delighted with the business. There is still one player that I'm really, really looking at and hoping that I can get it done. He is now a free agent, so we'll have to see if we can get him in. At the minute, he doesn't like the stature of the club, which I just think is outrageous considering who it is, but we'll get to him shortly. That is the transfer business. 35.5 million in, 44.5 million going out. And there's been some key sales, of course, Matete and Raksaki. So I'm happy with the business to an extent, but I'm still a little bit worried. So looking at that, let's just have a quick look at the squad then. So goalkeeper-wise, very happy there. Centre-backs, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which is what I think we'll need. Feeney being 5th choice, Anderson and Kilman being our starting 2. Right-backs, we've got Daniel, and we've also got Andy Lyons. Left-back, McCallum and Esquivel. And then defensive midfield. So this is where I feel as though we're quite weak. We've got Clem, Harvey White, Xhaka, and of course Raksaki. Now, Raksaki isn't good enough to be a Premier League player. So we're going to have to go and get someone else in. Any injuries, and we could be in a really dangerous position. Vigera, and of course our man James Maddison in terms of our attacking midfielders. Cunha, Harvey Barnes, Dobra, Mundell, Goncalves as our wingers as well. Winger-wise, I do feel as though we could do maybe a little bit better. We're relying on players like Harvey Barnes and Cunha to really provide the goods for us this season. Goncalves coming in will help that situation, but when I look at him, it's not sort of guaranteed quality that I was hoping for and hoping to have at the end of the window, but it is what it is. And then, of course, Angulo, and we've got, I need to work out how to say it. Ornbassa, there we go. And we've got Ornbassa as well. Now, Divin and Bama. I decided to do the match the highest earner clause. So he's on £60,000 per week. And yeah, that's a mistake from me. That's a mistake from me there. Very disappointed that I managed to mess that one up so much. And then in terms of who we were going to get, I just really want to show you him because I was so thought this guy was going to be the real deal for us. It's this man here. It's Bogdan Popov, 6'4", Ukrainian man. Oh, what could have been? What could have been? But he decided to go to Wolves. It looks like they were offering him a little bit more money than we were. But yeah, that was a disappointing one. In terms of who I'm going for, who is a free transfer, let me get him up. It's Nico Gonzalez, formerly at Manchester City. I feel as though him and Xhaka are really going to sort of just complete that midfield. And ultimately, I think I'll be happy then. So, of course, our first game after Newcastle was against Ipswich in a crazy game. They managed to, we went 1-0 up nice and easy, and Bama with the goal. They came back. We got a goal with Andy Smith. And then in the 85th minute, they equalised and probably thought they were going to get a point from this game. Dobra in the last minute, an assist from Andy Lyons. Andy Lyons to Dobra. How often have we said those two names in this series? They provided the goods and managed to get the goal for us. And then we had a goalless draw. And I don't feel as though I've had a goalless draw in a very, very long time. Against a very good Brighton team, by the way. Deserved winners. We couldn't even get a shot on target. And I thought they were going to win. There was one goal ruled out for them. One goal for us too, to be fair. But ultimately, Ndiaye picked up the man of the match. He's had a great start to life for us. Really impressed by him, and he's only going to get better and better and better. But as I say, 0-0, very rare to see it. In terms of other games we've played, now we've had a Carabao Cup run. Millwall, on penalties is where we won that. Oh my word, I forgot how many penalties were actually taken in that. And then we did beat Huddersfield 3-1 in that game too. So we're into the next round of the Carabao Cup. Have we got an opponent? We do. It is Bournemouth. I don't really care about the Carabao Cup. Maybe now we're a Premier League team, we should, but that could be next season. I always care about the FA Cup, the Carabao Cup this season. It is what it is. We'll play a rotated team. We'll see how far we get. Maybe we'll start taking it seriously. To finish off this episode, as I say, with all of our new signings, we are going to play this game against Nottingham Forest. A massive game. We're undefeated so far this season. Looks like even in pre-season as well, but undefeated in the Premier League this season. Let's continue that here and hopefully against Brentford before a very tough game against Arsenal. But let's finish this episode off now with Nottingham Forest. I will see you on the pitch. All right, then, here we go. It's the first home game on camera. That is the team I've gone for. Angulo makes his debut. I just feel as though I thought, let's just give this kid a chance. You know, he's come in to be our number 3, technically, striker behind Mbama. But Mbama's done all right this season, but ultimately, I don't know, he doesn't quite tick the boxes for me. So let's give Angulo a go, see how he can get on. And of course, we've got our Kazakhstani player that I've forgotten the name of again. He's injured. He'll be coming back in around about a week's time. So massive game here against Nottingham Forest. Let's see if we can get another 3 points in the Premier League or at least remain undefeated. So here we go. Up the Gills. Come on, lads. Let's get the job done. James Maddison on the ball. Loses out to Nico Williams. James, that's not why we've brought you here, lad. We want to be making them passes work. They'll knock it around the back, which is okay. They seem to have an all right team. A couple of standout players like your Gibbs Whites, etc. But nothing too crazy. Calamundo, great save that is there from Ndiaye. That's why this man is here. Reflexes like a cat. Joachim Anderson on the ball. I just feel as though with Andy Smith, I love Andy Smith. Same with Natali. And Natali's here for the future, don't get me wrong. But we can't afford to take chances on our defenders. They need to be solid, experienced. Saying that, though, we've given the ball away up the pitch here. Here's Calimundo. Shoots from distance again, and then Ndiaye stands tall once again. Big save from him, keeping us in it a little bit in these early stages. Now, we've given the ball away on the last 2 highlights here, so I'm looking for us to just get a bit of a passing move together. Actually find our men even. Here's Daniel, into Clem, over to Maddison, who loses out. Don't like that at all. In now, Calimundo looks offside to me, shoots, scores. Looking for VAR here to do the right thing. It looked offside from a first glance. Checking goal. Come on. VAR. Disallowed. Still remains 0-0, between us and Forest. But again, losing the ball or giving the ball away, it's simply not good enough. And Ndiaye picks the ball up here. So we've got possession again. Let's not just give it away really, really cheaply. Now remember, I've not really faced any trials or tribulations as Gillingham manager. It's been pretty clean, smooth sailing so far. Here's Harvey Barnes. Over to Clem, who goes long. Angulo one-on-one. Great finish. Looks like it's going to be offside, though. VAR will have a look at this, of course. And it looks as though it's going to be disallowed. Yes, disallowed. Okay. An eye for an eye there. 1 each. Realistically, though, that's a good sign. We've gone long. Angulo pounces on it. Wow. So let's just have a look how close this was. Angulo, yeah, just a bit of inexperience there from our young striker, but a good finish, though, nonetheless. So when Ndiaye's gone long, can we win it with Angulo? Difficult one to win. Into Elliot Anderson, who I did actually try and get a late loan move for. Never quite worked out. Nico Williams through on goal. How easy is that? How easy is that? Elliot Anderson slips it in to Nico Williams, and he puts the ball away into the far corner. Yeah, let's have a look at this then. So Williams picks it up. It's way too easy there. Way too easy. Esquivel has to do better. And Dye, in all credit to him, he's kept us in the game so far. But Nico Williams makes it 1-0. This is where the character's going to be tested from the lads. It's been a little while. I've made some subs. This is the first real highlight since their last one, as Jota Silva driving forward here. Looked a dangerous chance to the byline, and we've managed to deal with it for now. Gibbs White tries to keep it alive. Yeah, it just doesn't feel like our day, I have to be honest. But I would still love it if we can steal one. I don't know. Is that gone out for a throw-in? Oh, my goodness. What an awful effort from Jota Silva. That was awful. 1-0 to Forest. Looks like it's going to be the final score then. We've given it a go. We've gone attacking in the second half, but it is not enough. And Nottingham Forest deservedly get all 3 points there. Disappointing from us, if I'm going to be honest. Very disappointing. I'd love to see does it show you how many times they intercepted the ball? No, it doesn't, to be fair. It does not show that. Anything else? No, I'm looking to see maybe pass accuracy. I can't see it if it is there, but disappointing from us, and it is our first loss. So there we go then. After 4 games, we find ourselves in 9th place, which I'm very happy about. It was disappointing maybe to lose to Nottingham Forest like that, but ultimately, we've got ourselves a few points. We've got ourselves up the table, and that is where I want us to stay throughout the season. Of course, if we can do better, that's amazing, but realistically, I am happy with anywhere around this sort of mid-table position. So then, guys, in terms of next episode, we'll probably get the Brentford and Arsenal game done there from September, and then we'll do these 2 months as well. Some big games, looking forward to playing them, seeing how this team gets on. But please, let me know down in the comments what you think of the new signings, how excited you are for this series, and just know, we're probably only about halfway through. If we want to win the Champions League, we're probably only halfway through, which is crazy. We've made great progress. Can we do it again this season? Let me know your predictions of where you think we're going to finish. And as always, guys, thank you so much for the support. Thank you for watching. Drop a like, drop a comment, hit that subscribe button, and I will catch you on the next one.